in the same tier. Tier number 3. Your number 5 quarterback. We're going alma mater to alma mater.
You know
at this desk.
You know it. We're going Quinn Ewers, University of Texas. I mean, Quinn's arm is gifted. Quinn has, of course, great experience, big-time college football. He can make every throw in the world. He's got a beautiful motion. He's got great touch. There's only one thing you're going to look at him in his game. He was beat up this year, and I do think that hurt him a little bit. But his authority on the football, that's the big thing that you've heard me say it about Quinn Ewers, and that's the thing I want more from him going forward. Just as I just alluded to when I was talking about Kyle McCord. There's just a throw or two every game where you're just like, why? What? He was wide open. Just drive the ball and hit him on the chest. Why did we try to anticipate it and drop it in a bucket when nobody was around him? There was no reason to do that, right? So that would be the negative with him. But the positives are, you talk a smooth stroke, right? Effortless thrower you will ever see. And sometimes that's a detriment because he doesn't get his body into it because his arm is so gifted and flexible. He can just whip it out there. Extremely flexible arm allows him to get power without even ever getting his body into it. With all that, he throws the changeup too much. The touch ball, the anticipation throw. He has more power in his arm. He leaves yards on the field every game because the ball hangs in the air. And he doesn't let yak happen at times because he decides to throw that, and now he gets tackled as he catches it instead of going, no, throw the 100-mile-per-hour fastball, and now this guy, Isaiah Bond or Golden, can take off and go somewhere, right? Those are the things you don't love. But why I make him 5 and maybe some other guys that are more consistent with other things that are behind him is I go, because I see potential here. I see other plays that open my eyes. I see some throws that I go, I don't see any of the guys that are behind him making throws like that. You talk about off-platform, sidearm throws, fading away, dropping the ball. He's got every club in the bag as far as that's concerned. He's as far as being slick with the ball, fading away, dropping the ball over a linebacker. Only Cam Ward, I would say, is more slick than he is. Think about Quinn Ewers. You watch him. He wheels and deals everywhere, right? That's what he does. It's always that. In fact, at times where you're just like, would you just stand in there and push off your back leg and throw it hard, please, right? But you see it. You just want to see it more. And I think this is going to be one of those things that when he gets in the NFL, he's going to realize, oh, if I want to make it here, I got to start throwing the 97-mile-per-hour fastball more. I can't keep throwing the 85, 82-mile-per-hour changeup.
He has that ability.
He does have it. Big time has it. That's why he became famous.
Yeah.
He became famous because my son was showing me, hey, look at this kid on TikTok. He throws lasers, Dad. And my son might have said that when he was 10 years old. So,
I wouldn't doubt that.
You wouldn't doubt it. But, yeah, and that's how I became to know him, and that's where I know what's in him, and I want to see more of it.
We showed it on this podcast. What was it, 4 years ago,
yeah,
Pete?
It was
you and Paulie B. We're at the desk. I think we have this video, guys. Do we have... Oh, we don't have
they're
it
getting
yet.
it. They're downloading it in the system.
Oh, they're downloading it. They're converting it. They're uploading the MP3 and whatever things they got to do here. But he's been one of those. He was the number 1 national prospect. Went to Texas, then committed to Ohio State. Went there, and then said, no, Texas was the right place to be. And so
got your stuff you talk about. What'd you just talk about? You like these what?
Adversity and
right?
Yeah.
I mean, him and adversity. Not only Ohio State to Texas, but he's had to hear Arch Manning and that crap the last 2 years.
Sure.
Right. Been able to handle that. I would say it was probably the toughest position in all of college football for any quarterback. Hey, damn, we're in the Final Four 2 years in a row, and all I heard was we should bench him for the other guy. And I'm pumped about Arch Manning, but I'm just saying that's crazy when you think about it. So he's dealt with a lot. He's going to be mentally tough. He's obviously shown the ability that he can block outside noise out of his brain, and I think that's impressive as well.
How high would he rise? Say you give him most favorable interpretation that it was just really the injuries, and he talked about that when you talked to him at the Super Bowl, I believe.
Yeah, I did.
So he said about, he couldn't let it fly. It was these injuries. What if that was it? What if all these things were just it was just injury? And once you get back fully healthy, he's able to let it fly on some of these things. Obviously, you don't believe that, or you'd have him higher.
Yeah.
But
there is that. Like, you do
that's
see more quality, explosive throws early in the year than you do compared to late in the year.
Yeah.
You could see a difference in his body because he can't work out late in the year because he has the oblique and the bad ankle injury. So you can't do upper body, lower body. You can't do anything when you got those injuries. So you do see that. Early in the year, you definitely see more movement and more, maybe, let's say, power throws. So, and I think if it was all year long and all of that, right? Yeah, would he be able to maybe rival a Jackson Dart and all that? He has that type of talent to be right up there with that.
Yeah.
To me, it's just the authority in which he throws the football at times is going to be just the big thing that people, I think, are going to evaluate him and want to see him do it as pro day. They're going to start to say, hey, you got to throw this ball into some tight windows here. Let me see you let it go a little bit. Can you still control it? That's the thing there, right? Gets the ball out of his hand, like I told you, like the camera, the screen stuff, the RPOs. He's as good as it gets in that department, right? Really quick. Has multiple arm angles, all that. Effortless thrower on the run. Effortless. Because of that flexible arm, it's just slingshots. So right, left, it doesn't matter which way he goes. He can throw high-level throws running to his left. In fact, like you might remember, the Michigan game, they were down there maybe about the 8 or 9 yard line. They sprinted him left. Matthew Golden ran basically like a comeback route. So he got about 5 yards into the end zone and then came back, and he's sprinting to the left. He's going to throw it right at the front pylon. And, I mean, he throws a laser. Perfect on the run. I don't know if you remember it, but either way, it was against your team, and I wanted to rub it in with my team beating them.
I was busy. I was on the road.
That's where he is very good. And then, right below that, I wrote, you definitely see a difference in movement after the injury.
Okay, so
I got more, but
a little bit of injury.
Yeah.
Lance Zierlein from NFL.com says he spins it with the sudden release, good touch over the first 2 levels, makes it look easy when he finds a rhythm, but he often predetermines his targets, throws into coverage instead of taking what the defense is offering, is one of his insights. Pro Football Focus says Ewers' arm talent will get him drafted, but his inconsistencies are too prevalent, must clean up his footwork, pocket management, post-snap diagnosis, and play under pressure to succeed in the NFL.
Yeah,
what do you think about
I think
those
there's a lot of truth there to that. What was the one part? There was one other part you said there that I wanted to hit on. Yeah, but hold on, man. Easy, find rhythm, predetermines his target. He got a little. That's what I wanted to hit on. A little bit of, I think, because of his arm and his ability, and he feels like he's slick and can do that. They're a little bit like Kyle McCord, where there's a few throws every game, or every now and then, where you just go, no, you can't do that. You can't fit that in there. There's definitely that. It's because of great confidence in his arm. But still, not where you're like, oh, I'm concerned about his ability to make decisions or do any of that. Again, there's other ones too, like I said, where I just don't know about why we chose to throw the ball that way, right? The appropriate throw is important, and I think he's going to have to change that a little bit, as far as where his mind and his eye meet up in that department. He knows where to get the ball out of his hands when he's in trouble, right? Makes high-level throws look really easy. When he does use his body, and it's few and far between, the ball absolutely explodes out of his hand. Explodes. But it's so few and far between. You might go a full game and you go, he threw 33 passes that game. I don't think he threw one where he really was like, let me drive this in there, right? So that's what I want to see. But the touch is great. Can flick it, can drop it. Right? Spirals. Is he going to go to another level in the NFL when he realizes how he has to throw it? Right? The guy that always comes to my mind in this department is Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, one of the things with him coming out was how strong is his arm. And when I first turned it on the film, I was like, damn, does he ever throw a fastball? Everything's kind of the changeup. You had to dig a little bit. And then you get into some higher quality games and you go, oh, there it is. Damn, okay, he got, all right, 10 plays later. Ooh, there it is. Okay. That's what people are going to have to just see and kind of dig through that. Can he do that at a consistently high level, right? Not going to make something off schedule very often. Injuries are a little concerning. He is a below average athlete for 2025. Right? There are times where he's another one where I go, I wish he was a little bit more aggressive as a whole as the decision maker, because he's a gifted arm. So, and I know a minute ago I said, yeah, he might make a reckless one every now and then, but more times than not, like, I wanted to go, hey, you can make that throw there on the 20-yard out route. Why did you settle so quick to just throw the guy in the flat? You kind of had the corner in a high-low, and you decided to be conservative there. So there was that.
projected third-round pick.
I think
it's kind of sounding like you agree with that range.
I would think that's about it. I would say that's about where I would see it. And like I said, I think this is a year where we're going to see second and third round quarterbacks. This will be a rare year. Yeah. Some of these other guys we're going to talk about in a minute, I think they can be in that department as well. So, you know, he could get off the first read quicker. He's spoiled by Sark, right? Because Sark gets the first read open so often. You know, few plays and yards left on the field in every game just because he's not aggressive enough as the thrower or the decision maker, right? Tries to drop it on spots too much. He has great potential. Thanks for watching Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Hey, just because the season's over, it doesn't mean we're over. We ain't going anywhere. The NFL never dies.
We're staying right here. Hit subscribe. We got every NFL move. We'll react to that. Plus, Chris has got 4,719 draft prospect profiles to do.
Thanks again for watching. Subscribe. You know where to find us. Peace out, homies.